Alright guys, we're gonna do another video of Beyond. This is issue number 5 of 6 from Marvel Comics by DWAYNE MCDUFFIE and SCOTT Kolins. So we already gonna see what's happening. What is it with people spoiling everything all the time? Anyway, so yeah, introductions. We don't need that because we know what's going on. If you read my previous video, or watch my previous video, they are trapped in Limbo because Scorpion destroyed the other teleported thing on the in the real world, or however you say it, on the other plane. And so Hank does try to do everything to get out of here, and he's tinkering, and then Janet is nagging. There's no way to fix this dimensional interface, and nothing comes to mind. No, says Hank. Give him time. Can't you see he's trying? Says, is it Firebird? Right? Firebird, right? Yeah. So, but then Hank says, I give up. It's been destroyed from the outside. I can do nothing. And so then the son of Craven, I still can't get over the fact that they actually tried to do this with this guy. What are you stressing about? Soon as Space Phantom pops in here for a new body, we grab him and take him and make him take us out. Assuming he wasn't the one who trapped us here in the first place. No, he wasn't, because it was Scorpion. Well, it is Gargan, Scorpion now turned Venom. There's another story for that. Let's skip that, right? And anyway, so Hank, being a simp, says, so she blames herself, and he says, well, there's plenty of blame to go around here, Jen. And then she's screaming at him, don't patronize me, Henry. I take full responsibility for my mistakes. What's that supposed to mean? As if you don't know. How many... I'm sorry, it's just too funny. How many times am I supposed to apologize? I didn't ask for an apology. Yes, you did. So this is going on for now. This is a book from 2007, by the way. And I believe Hank slapped her when he was mentally ill as Yellow Jacket in, I believe, the 80s, somewhere, mid-80s, end 80s, I don't know anymore. And this is still going on. They cannot let this go. I mean, I believe, I bet my whole house that they still do this to this day with Hank Pym. He's the everlasting loser, no matter how many times he is going to save the planet, save the world, everybody's life. He's still being a scapegoat for what's happening, although other people did way, way worse than him. I mean, I remember that, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, just murdered Tony Stark. And they give her a slap on the wrist, and maybe even though they're still fine. Nobody called her out about what she murdering, people left and right. No, it's just fine. But, poor Hank Pym is just being the forever scapegoat because he's smacked his wife in a moment of weakness. It's just trash. Anyway, so Deathlock comes in and says, hey, let's stop this, and we're going to move on to more pressing matters, and Firebird, takes Hank Pym away for, a little calming down, yeah? Right? So then Scorpion Venom is screaming at the void and says, hey, Beyonder, I killed everybody, show yourself. And then he also says, please, because everybody's a wimp in this universe. And nothing happens, of course. Meanwhile, this totally useless page of useless dialogue and useless art. So it seems that the son of Craven is a film director. Why? Don't know. And he wants to make a movie, wants to have movie rights for Deathlock because he talks about big explosions and action and romance. And Deathlock says, I can't believe you want my movie rights. Are you yanking me? You're a cyborg and a zombie. Huge box office, immense. I'm coming back to that in a second. And he says, so he says, Craven, call me Al. Go away, Al. Try to help someone. Now, okay, so the writer DWAYNE MCDUFFIE probably doesn't know who this character is, because he said a cyborg and a zombie. Now you gotta tell me, where is the zombie part in this page, right? Where is it? So I'm gonna tell you who's a zombie. This guy. Now look at this. This guy has all stuff on his face. His nose is gone. He has scars. This looks like a zombie-esque character. Also the skin complexion and all that stuff. This guy looks just normal. So DWAYNE MCDUFFIE just Google searched cyborg and it comes up zombie and a cyborg. Let's put those words in this comic. Although there's no zombie in here anywhere. Idiots. Modern writing. Well, 2007 is not modern, but you know, the writing, was on the wall. Meanwhile, Hank Pym is being a wimp again, and he's crying, and because he wants to still make, I don't know, wants to have approval of his ex-wife. And Firebird says, "It's time for you to let this go, Hank. You're both good people. We're just not good for each other." And there he's crying. But then, okay, props where the props is, you know, the writer acknowledge it that he's a wimp. And he says, I don't want to cry anymore. I'm tired of looking weak. And she says, "You aren't weak. You're the strongest man I know." Well, she just has a thing for him. So stop being weak, you weakling. And meanwhile, okay, now there is some characterization here that I like. So we have Gravity here. So the Hood comes. "What do you got here, Flyboy?" Nothing, none of your business. So he yanks this, I don't know, wallet out of his hands. "Come on, man. I already saw some pictures. Who is your girl?" "It is your girl. She's way hotter than you deserve." And but he acknowledged that. He says, "Can't argue with you there. It's kind of it, girlfriend Lotto. It's not just her looks, though. She makes me want to be better, you know. I'm thinking maybe after we get out of school, ask her to marry me. I mean, I haven't said anything to her yet, but I think she will." You know, he's just a young guy, and you know, he's a good man. He's a good young man, right? But then, surprisingly, the Hood also shares something about himself. So he shares his, well, partner, Parker. Yeah. "We're expecting a baby any day now. I know you think I'm just a jerk and all. Guess I'm pretty much am, but I'm trying to do better. And like you were saying, she's the reason why. Most of you guys are pretty okay, but you need to know this. I got a family depending on me. And whatever I have to do to get back home to them, I'll do it. No hard feelings, but I'll do it." I like this a lot. He's a murderer, but he has, you know, has motivations, good motivations, but, you know, he's a murderer, right? So there's a difference between these two, but they are also have similar goals, you know, but different. I like this page. You know, it brings some characterization to these characters. Character development, maybe. All right. Going to Medusa and Janet, and she talks, "You've been married to Black Bolt for a long time. What's your secret?" "Communications," he says. "But he's mute." "Yes, and I can overstress what an aid that is in setting our occasional disagreements." But then she talks about, you know, her and Hank, that they are not talking much. And she says, "You referring to your snapping at him earlier?" Okay, that's a good one. So she gets put in her place by Medusa, and then she started to cry. "I don't mean to, but certainly wasn't the right time for it. My ex-husband is a good man, and I love him." "Really now? Is that why you slept with Tony Stark?" Bitch. "But whenever I look at him, all I can think about is what he did to me." Dude, it's been more than 20 years. Get over it. And then she said, Medusa said, "He only did it once." She says, he only did it once. He wasn't himself when it happened, and he apologized 1,000 times. If you can't forgive him, then there's no relationship. Then no relationship is possible. True. And then she's just angry and why should I forgive him? He hit me. Why are you crying about it? You make it pretty clear that you don't want him, right? You're just ignoring him, belittling him for, I don't know, for a very long time. Maybe you should go into counseling, both of you, right? And I believe that at some point they did. Just move on. I believe that Hank hooked up with Tigra, and also with Firebird. Just, let's move on, right? Who cares at this point? Nobody. But yeah, well, the writers care because, like I said, they're doing this dance all over again every time. Anyway, but there's, she said, you shouldn't concern yourself with that. And she turns around, and because Hank Pym is kissing with Firebird. Yeah, dude. Getting over it the right way. Don't take a relationship advice from me, dudes. Guys, don't do it. I'm not a good role model at all. Anyway, so Cyborg, not Zombie, says he has a brilliant idea, and he says, "Hey, I have an idea how to get out of here." So, what is his brilliant idea? I think if we work together, we can all win the game. Really? That's your brilliant plan? Wasn't that obvious from the start? That group of people come together, working together, then, your odds being better than what you are. Oh, God. Modern writing. Oh, my God. I could have thought of that. All right. So then Northstar, not Northstar because it's the Phantom, is taunting Venom, not Venom, because it's Scorpion with the Venom suit on. And I don't know, he just wants something from him. And so Venom says, hey, they're all dead. You working for the Beyonder? Call him here. I want my prize. They'll still be alive, or you'll already be talking to him. I'm telling you, I won. Please don't try con man. So Scorpion wants to, grab him. Fine, if you don't want my help, I'm out of here. What was the help that you offered, Phantom? Tell me. Another useless page. So he goes back into the Phantom Zone, or Limbo. Well, that was a bust, he says. I hoped I could use Venom to find out what happened to the other players. Well, surprise, they are still in Limbo, and they're capturing him. So they are trying to make not kind of a deal. Here's the deal. You're going to transport us out of here, then you're never going to screw with us again. What's in it for me? This is not a negotiation, so Hood already stabbed him a couple of times and shot him. So he is complying very quickly. So then this is happening, so they're being teleported away. But then Phantom is not there anymore. And then somehow Janet, the Wasp, figured it out that Cyborg Zombie, who's not a zombie, is the Phantom. And she threatened him to kill him if he doesn't return zombie Cyborg to him immediately. Then he does. All right, but how did she knew? Well, we come to that in a second. So Hank Pym says, first things first, I got the yo-yo, I got the string. And here I thought password would overkill, Space Phantom. So Janet says, how do you know? It's what I would have done when I was bluffing when I said I kill him. There you go, guys. There's your answers. Because she knew, because that's what she would have done. Brilliant writing. Also, with the password thing, it would have been more believable if they did that in the beginning. And then when Space Phantom, said the wrong thing, they busted him, right? And forced him to do this instead of just guessing. And then you get this non-answer from the Wasp. Anyway, moving on to with the plot, if you can call it that. So we have here Medusa threatening not Venom. And she says, I don't have time for you, Red. Don't you see? Because Beyonder is here, which is not Beyonder. It's the Watcher. So Janet states the obvious for people who never read a comic in their whole life. He's from an incredibly powerful and mysterious alien race. No shit, Sherlock. And, right. So Venom wants to kill everybody now, but then it's getting killed, disintegrated, not being here by Hank Pym. Hank, what did you do? We had a deal. No killing. Yeah, we do. And then he's got to shoot everybody, right? Firebird stops Craven from killing Hank. Then Hank turns on them and shoots them, right? And Craven says, we've been double-crossed. Sorry, it had to be done this way, Bonita. Game over. Game over, man. So this is shit. Why? Because Hank Pym, the crying goody two-shoes who said earlier that he doesn't want to be look weak anymore and doesn't want to cry all the time, just kills everybody for reasons. Why is this shit? Not only because, of Hank Pym. Wouldn't it way more believable if we, I don't know. Let's go back a little bit here. If I can look at it real quick. Whatever I do to get back home to them, I'll do it. No hard feelings, but I'll do it. So the logical way, a logical conclusion would be that the Hood would kill everybody because he had the freaking motivation to kill everybody. And you didn't do it. You didn't do anything with this. You didn't do the most obvious thing and most believable thing. You did the opposite of believable. Because, of course, they are not dead. Because where are the freaking bodies? What is Hank's, well, not say powers. What can he do? He can shrink people very small on subatomic level. And there is no bodies. Oh, no. What would happen in the next issue? Well, we're going to find out, guys, in the next issue. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye. This is trash.